And what looks like a brazen move to intimidate and threaten the media, the Karnataka Assembly has rejected the appeal to review its privilege motion order against two journalists. Karnataka Speaker KB Koliwad, who had in fact himself moved the complaint in Assembly, has asked the police to arrest the two journalists. The big question we are asking is, should lawmakers be allowed to act as jury on their own complaints and misuse their privilege against the Fourth Estate? Shrija now joins me with more on that story. Shrija, the Assembly trying to gag journalists now in Karnataka?
That's right, Kavita. This is complete gag order as far as the Assembly is concerned. Of course, we can see the order given by KB Koliwad, the Speaker, asking the police to immediate the arrest of both the journalists, Ravi Belagere, in fact, the editor of Hi Bengaluru, as well as the journalist, we also understand, Anil Raj, the editor of Yelahanka Voice. Now, both these journalists at this point in time are not present at the addresses which have been submitted to the police. However, the police are still on the lookout for both the journalists. Now, the question that need to be asked at this point in time is, do the lawmakers really have the powers to in fact execute or in fact prosecute a journalist as far as the privilege motion is concerned? Of course, speaking to some of the people, activists, including the advocates representing both the journalists, what he's clearly stating here is the lawmakers or the Legislative Assembly itself, it is against the code of conduct, against the rules or the procedures of a Legislative Assembly, where they do not have any powers, in fact, to go against a journalist or immediately convict a person and send them to jail. Now, this is clearly against the code of conduct as far as the Speaker of the Assembly is concerned, or even for that matter, the Legislative Assembly. And clearly, the privilege motion does not quantify for any punishment, because if you really go, it itself is not a law, it is just a procedure. And if you really go by the guidelines, nowhere it clearly states what kind of punishment can really be given. Another point to be noted here, Kavita, because privilege motion, the breach of privilege motion can be passed against anybody. But once again, there is no such a jail term which is mentioned as far as the guidelines goes. And clearly this looks like, if you remember, the case dates back to 2014, at a time when Speaker KB Koliwad, right now at present, he was an MLA back then, he had filed a case and he himself headed a committee to look into this particular matter. And looks like from then, from 2014 to 2017, he has been heading the committee to look into this particular matter, the breach of privilege motion, including being the Speaker. He himself has passed this conviction, the resolution. And remember, like we pointed out once again, that the Legislative Assembly or the Speaker of the Assembly do not have any powers to pass a resolution or convict a person as far as any Legislative Assembly code goes.